At the stroke of 11, the nation fell silent. The cenotaph in London was the focal point for national commemorations. His Majesty the King laying a wreath for the first time as head of state. Thousands of veterans marched past the cenotaph, flanked by serving military personnel.
First of all, I'm here to pay my respects to colleagues lost there and since, and also my great-grandfather who's in the York and Lancs at the Somme.
It's the sacrifices made by our predecessors and our soldiers from the previous generations, and it's a very inspirational event for me.
We're here today basically to remember those who have gone before us, but also to think about those who are still with us and who are unfortunately going through the struggles of recent conflicts.
Those Ukrainian soldiers who I've been training over the last 4 months, and they are now fighting in Ukraine, and so I'll be thinking about them.
Just coming to pay respect to people that has lost their lives, been injured, and just to come and meet up with some old colleagues and friends as well, and just take all of it in as well.
I'm fourth generation Navy. My cousins and uncles are in the Army. My dad's still serving in the Navy, 43 years strong, and I'm the only one to do the cenotaph.
We've suffered wars in Europe before, and tens of thousands of British service personnel gave their lives as civilians to defeat fascism. And here we are again, tragically, decades later, with a war on continental Europe in Ukraine, where a similar Russian regime is trying to impose its will on a sovereign state, costing tens of thousands of lives.
Thousands of miles away, the city of Stanley, capital of the Falkland Islands. Battling torrential rain and gales, serving personnel and veterans converged on the cross of sacrifice at Stanley Cemetery. The event held extra poignancy as 130 veterans of the Falklands conflict attended, 40 years on.
I think it was over 400 applied for the ballot to get a place on that flight, and so those who were lucky enough to be drawn, I mean, it was incredible for them to be describing it as the golden ticket in order to get a place, and I think use of that term explains how important it is to them. So it's a real opportunity. We were very selective, of course, and really focused on those who'd not been back since 1982, so it's hugely important for them.
British forces around the globe took part in remembrance services. Here at RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, wreaths were also laid at a service held at the Western Sovereign Base area, Decalia. In Normandy, 80 junior soldiers from AFC Harrogate marked Remembrance Sunday while conducting a battlefield tour, part of their basic training at the college.
I could definitely feel a lot more meaning within it, because whilst being here you can imagine what people would have gone through, and then conducting the service here and looking around and thinking how people would have died here, you can definitely feel it a lot more.
Local dignitaries joined personnel in Bahrain to play their part in the worldwide coming together. The nations and regions of the United Kingdom showed their respect. This was the scene at Enniskillen in Northern Ireland. Irish Premier Micheál Martin and Northern Ireland Secretary Chris Heaton-Harris joined the Remembrance Sunday parade, 35 years on from an IRA bomb at the event, which killed a total of 12 people. In Edinburgh, there was a march down the Royal Mile before wreaths were laid outside the city chambers.
So it is an important occasion for all of us to fall silent and to remember, and it is an obligation that I think all of us take very seriously.
Veterans and personnel came together in Cardiff and at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire. The centre of Colchester, a town steeped in military history, was closed off and hundreds paid their respects. Across this land and across the seas, Britain showed its due respect to those who have fallen. Tim Cooper, Forces News.